Well, this is FeNIX sailing along on my trip from the Seychelles to Mayotte Island. It's a beautiful afternoon, about 4:30 or so. Maybe you can get an impression from the waves and the whitecaps. The wind's blowing a very nice 15 to 20, probably more up towards the 20 knot range. And I'm making this video as a little demonstration because I'm sure that some of you perhaps thought I was a little crazy for hacking up the boat, my Cape Dory 28, the way that I did, and making my own rudder and such. But as you can see, there's the Aries gear back there, steering the boat quite nicely, quite easily. It's the control lines to the tiller. I got that clothespin on there to mark the line because I'm going to pop it off here. Now the reason that I popped it off is to show you that even though I'm broad reaching, beam reaching, in 20 knot winds, seas maybe 5 feet, 6 feet, literally steering the boat with one finger. That's how light the helm is. I have to put maybe 1 or 2 pounds of pressure on the end of the tiller to be able to sail. And that's It's Saturday, April 5th, about 10:40 in the morning. Where you're looking is about due south. Over that way a couple hundred miles is Madagascar. Today is probably the best day I've had on my trip so far, coming from the Seychelles to Mayotte. Until the wee hours of this morning, it was very, very light going for the most part. Now there's a very pleasant 15 knot southeast trade wind. Seas aren't very big, about 1 meter. Boat's going along quite well, making about 5 knots. I'm using, again, the Yankee. And as you can see, the double reefed mainsail. Now for 15 knots of wind, that might not seem like much sail area, but the boat goes quite well, only heels about 10 degrees. And of course the big key is I don't get a lot of weather helm for the wind vane to overcome. Up over that way is about due west, and some number of hundreds of miles is Mozambique on the east coast of Africa. It's Tuesday morning, May the 8th, about 6:45 a.m. You're looking to the southwest, over to the ferry terminal on the island of Zouzi, or South Sea, I suspect. That's where I would catch the ferry terminal to go over to the main island of Mayotte. I'm leaving today to go over to Nosy Bay, the island on the northwest coast of Madagascar. Looks like it's a pretty nice day. There's some clouds, probably going to be some light rain showers. South Sea is a small island and there's not a great deal there, but the port captain and clearance and immigration are here. And similar to the Maldives, the airport is attached to this group of islands and not the main island. We'll swing around to the south here. You can see there's a low part of land there that's kind of a causeway that's built up. It's called Craft Boulevard. Where all the boats are up on the stand over there on the hard, and to the left of it, the tin-roofed building, single story, is the local yacht club. I've spent some time there with the folks. A lot of long-term people here. I think they work It's Tuesday, May 6th, about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. You're looking about due north towards Utopia. Aboard are Jean-Pierre and Liliane and a Madagascar young fellow who's their crew. That's the boat that I rescued coming into my yacht, and it just so happens we're departing for Madagascar on the same day, so we're sailing in company. It's Friday, June the 6th, about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. You're looking about due north towards Hellville. So if you want to be in the middle of hell, all you got to do is walk along that quay and up that hill over there, and you'll be in the middle of hell. Sometimes literally around here. Anyway, that's Hellville on the island of Nosy Bay. And here you see one of the many working sailboats. Quite a few of those kind of boats around here. Absolutely no engine. There's no wind, they don't move, and if they're getting close, they use poles or long sweeps to move the boat. Lateen rig, like a felucca or a dhow, I guess. This is going. It's Monday morning, June 2nd. About 11:30 in the morning. You're looking due north into Crater Bay. It's a bit to the west, about 4 or 5 miles west of Hellville, and it's on the island of Nosy Bay. There's quite a few boats in there. Many of them are charter boats or long-term boats. Presumably people leave their boats here and either fly back to Europe or are working on the island. It's a pretty nice little bay, except when you get a nasty south wind blowing in there, which happened to me once. About 4-foot high waves in there. There's not much right there in the little bay, but a walk of a couple kilometers takes you to a small town where there are numerous sidewalk restaurants and one little grocery store. And on the other side of the coast to the northwest is a big tourist area with a nice white sand beach. Of course, the stuff in the tourist area is a little more expensive. I tried to go a couple of days ago off to the northeast and ran into some 20-25 knot easterly winds all through the night. Lasted for about a day, or about a half a day or a little bit longer. And so I just turned around and came here. It's Thursday, May 22nd, about 9 a.m. in the morning. And you're looking just about due north as I'm leaving what is known as Russian Bay. It's on the northwest coast of Madagascar. I'm heading back to Nosy Bay to Hellville because I've got to get some more diesel and some more food. It's about 15 miles to the northeast, so it's a pretty easy sail. The Russians evidently at one time actually came and set up a colony over on that beach you can see in the distance there. There are archaeological remains. This part of Madagascar is fairly uninhabited. There are a scattering of small villages here and there, but not too many people to speak of. The bay is quite large, and it's got three kind of forks or prongs to it. Now we're looking back towards the south. You can see a couple of masts back there, but those boats are just sitting there. Their owners are not here, maybe gone back to Europe or wherever. And they're kind of being boat sat by a South African man who runs a catamaran, is a captain of a cruising catamaran here. He lives in a house right over in that area. It's Tuesday, June 17th, about noon, a little bit before noon. You're looking about due south in the Indian Ocean. I'm a bit past the halfway point from Nosy Bay, the island up there in the northwest part of Madagascar, to Richards Bay, which is in South Africa. It's a beautiful day. It's been like this for the last 2 or 3 days. Nice southeasterly wind, southeast trade wind, I suspect. Although it's a bit cooler because I'm now below 20 degrees south and about 39 degrees east longitude. So nothing down that way for a long ways until Antarctica. Over this way to the east, a couple of 100 miles, is Madagascar, the west coast. And back over that way, about where I came from. Beautiful day, very few clouds scattered around the horizon. And of course over that way, a couple 100 miles, is the African coast. I'm in the